Hi everybody, this is Kevin Green and I'm going to teach you how to do maintenance on a Aqueon Quiet Flow 5575. Stay tuned. Now I've already done maintenance on this one and it's flowing really well. Now on this one has been running for well over a year and a half, and I'm a big fan of these. Actually, they work really well non-stop, but sometimes things get stuck in the impeller and you kind of want to rinse it out after this long and kind of refresh it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. A lot of you guys already know how to do this kind of stuff, but I'm just going to show the beginners so they're not discouraged and they just want to quit the hobby or throw away a perfectly good hang on the back filter and don't know what to do with it. Okay, so this shower has a spray option. Just put that in there, get all the gunk out. All I'm trying to do with one hand here. Okay, now that that's cleaned, you can see it has been running a little while, and I do have hard water, so you see those calcium deposits built up right there. Yeah, it's pretty dirty, but good thing to do is to grab your filter with the water that's already in it. So I don't dump it all over myself here. Grab all this tank water, pour it in there while you got it in there anyway, and then put your filters in there and rinse them out, because these ones aren't that dirty in my opinion. Alright, so what you do next is just flip this off. Okay, so yeah, ugh. There you go. So what you do next is rinse this off, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so if you do it right, this bottom piece just comes right off. On each side there's a little tab. You just pull on it and it comes out. What happens over time is some of this gunk gets in the middle part right there and ends up warping, if this would focus, warping the little rubber piece. This one looks okay, looks like nothing got in there, not like the other one. But what you do, it's a magnet, that's what an impeller is. Everything just slides out. So you just rinse this off really well and move on, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, after it's all cleaned up, got these little pieces here. It'll look a lot better. Make sure you spray the inside of there too, because you got gunk build up. Maybe I didn't get all that one. But, make sure you don't drop it in the sink. That's another tip. So yeah, here's your impeller. It's nice and clean. And they just pop on these two, doesn't matter which one, on either side. Do that with one hand. There we go. And all you gotta do is rinse this out, because I didn't do it yet. So, okay, so what you do next is just plop it right back in there. That's good. Put the cap back on. Sorry, wrong way. And what you want to do is, so you don't have to take the HOB back off, is get some water, put it right in there, face down where the intake would be. Unplug your night light. Make sure your ends of your cord's dry before you plug it in, just in case. Oh, see, that's not working. Let's try to troubleshoot it here. Is it the outlet? You never know. See, that's why you test it before putting it back together. The lid wasn't kind of jammed up there. It wasn't fit properly. So yeah, that's one reason why you test it before you put it back on. Okay, next step is to rinse out all this, rinse out everything in there, just to give it a fresh start. Even this, even though they said this is good for your beneficial bacteria, but most of your beneficial bacteria, all you need is what's in here, is those filters. Especially if you got another one running right now, just like this one. It's always good to have a sponge filter in your tank also, just to use it for another tank, or just for extra surface area. And another thing is to never rinse your filters in tap water, because it has chlorine. You don't want to kill all that beneficial bacteria on your filters. Just rinse it out to get all the gunk out, and you'll be fine. Okay, here's a side tip. If you got purigen and it looks just as bad as mine, you might have to recharge it. So here's what you do. You need some bleach, not the splashless kind, just your regular. And what you want to do is you want to do half and half ratio. You want to do half water, see, right about. Right about there is good. Maybe a little bit less. So. I'm not going to fill it up all the way with bleach anyway, so. Take it. If it's a little bit off, it's okay. Put the bleach in there. And that should be good enough. So now you can already see some of it turning white. Isn't that cool? So you let it sit for 24 hours. After that, give it a good rinse, and then put it back in with some fresh water in the same container that you're using, and put some prime in there. I'd say maybe a capful's fine, just to be sure, you know, that you get all the bleach out. And that's the side tip. So what you do next is just Pop it right back in there. Make sure it's on there and just wrap the cord around. And rinse out your filters, put it all back in and set it back up, and then you're done. Another thing is if you have some lime scale on there, just get some lime scale remover by API or anything that's fish safe, just to remove that. I don't have any on me right now, or else I would, but a little hard to get off. And while you're at it, you might as well do a water change. And I just got these from PG Tropical's website, and I know it's really good food. The only thing I don't like about it is it makes a huge mess of my tank, because they like to crush it up. I thought it wasn't going to fall apart as much as it did, but it is what it is. I'll still feed it, but I'm not going to feed that much of it. I actually think the KG Tropicals pellets work a lot better. And what are you doing in there? Seriously? Yeah, attacking. So, yeah, that's my take on that. All the hype on Northfin is kind of like whatever. Maybe the other smaller pellets work good, but this jumbo version, it's just a no-go for me. So, other than that, I just feed some of John's KG Tropicals brand food, and that works fine. It doesn't fall apart as much. So, it is what it is. And that's my opinion.